I already know people are like, why? How did these two shows not make it into the list? And me being the action guy that I am, having read one of these dang near 3 or 4 times as the
Oh
manga,
yeah, we gotta talk. Ooh.
we gotta talk about these two. So the first one is Solo Leveling. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Life with Anime Podcast, where you come to be entertained, find some escape and relief, and where we talk about the impact that anime has on our lives. We are your hosts, Family Man Joe.
And Mr. Music Major, how y'all doing?
What's up? What's up? P, how you doing today, bro? You good? We all right? How we
Listen,
feeling, man?
listen, listen. You of all people know how I'm feeling. I'm tired.
I I know more. All right, listen. That I do know, and I'm right there with you, brother. I am right there with
So,
you, brother.
so for the people that don't know, me and Joe did record last night, which this is of course like now this will be
This will be
in the
It
past.
it is currently March 9th. So this
Yeah,
you will see this on like March 29th or something like that. I don't remember
yeah.
what it is, but yeah.
So yeah, we recorded Friday, which was yesterday. I left because I stay in Charlotte, so I left. Had to go back to my hometown, which is 2 hours and 40 minutes away, almost 3 hours. Had to do rehearsals. Had to leave there around 2:15 ish. Drive 2 hours and 40 minutes back,
It's
so
been
that we could
crazy.
record this episode now, which is now Saturday. But anyway, I say that to say that I am a tired mofo, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
here.
here. We're here. We appreciate you. I appreciate you
Oh
for
no,
being
Joe.
here.
Oh no,
So
Joe. I appreciate you more than you appreciate me.
Interesting. Anyway, we won't get into that. We will not get into that. Today's episode, the plan is to again talk about some anime impacts that we've experienced over the past week since you guys last saw us, as well as then go into some of our favorite anime of the winter season, and then talk about the spring season coming up that we were really looking forward to. Obviously, the winter season is coming to an end, so we just kind of want to recap some of that. We haven't watched every episode of every anime. I was trying to do that early on, and life just got hectic, which it wasn't
Watched a good
possible.
amount though.
I watched a good amount.
Watched a
I
good
mean, I
amount.
started every anime, did not catch up to every anime, and even the ones that I'm really excited about and have enjoyed the most, I have not watched everything. Life is happening, kids, just life is happening, but we do still have favorites, and then obviously we want to lead into the spring coming up here with what we're looking forward to, and I'm sure we will talk about those anime again after they are out with a couple weeks. So yeah, P, do you want to start us with your anime impact that you got going on?
So anime impact. Of course, you guys know Akira Toriyama did pass away a couple of weeks ago, and so maybe is it a few a couple? Anyway, he passed a couple weeks
By the
ago.
time this comes out, it'll be a couple weeks from today.
Maybe a
It's
couple.
been 8
Yeah.
days.
Okay. So yeah, he passed a couple of weeks ago, and of course, everybody that I know was rewatching Dragon Ball and rewatching their favorite moments, and so I just want to go back and highlight like what I thought was like really impactful for me and maybe for you guys too. I want to talk a little bit about Vegeta. So Vegeta got started as like everybody's like villain. Like this dude was just a villain amongst villains. Didn't care too much about anybody but his pride, conquering planets, and that's pretty much it. Over the course of Dragon Ball, though, this guy developed from being a villain to now being one of Earth's greatest heroes, as well as a family man.
Family
So
man.
family man. So I say that to say, don't let your past determine who you are or who you want to be. We all start off in different places of our lives, but just to know that everybody can change. You just don't have to be one thing your whole life. Vegeta started out being a villain and ended up again being one of the Earth's greatest heroes, as well as a family man. So it's never how you start, but it's always how you finish. So yeah, never let your past determine who you are. Let your future do that for you. That
Okay,
is
P,
my
that was
anime
good.
impact.
I like that. That was good. That was good. Man, mine comes from Solo Leveling. Specifically, I believe technically the end of episode 1 and the beginning of episode 2. Um and it's more just about like the human aspect of Sung Jinu and a lot of us and how a lot of us feel and the unfairness of life even when we do everything right. That moment where he ends up dying on the altar, where he basically led everyone to safety, and if they had just listened to him, they would have all probably been fine. Now we don't know because that's not how the story goes, but based on how things were playing out, if they had all just stayed and listened to him, he got them to where they were to the point where they could leave him and abandon him, and they wouldn't have been there without him. And so they just needed to stick together, and everyone ended up abandoning him. And it shows like there's times in life where even when you do everything right, even when you feel like you have done what you need to do to get what you want and desire, or just someone give you your flowers and respect. For me recently, like 2 years ago, I had my best season of my entire career going to year 6, and me sitting at home halfway through the season not getting a job. Like for me, I'm like, bro, like what do I have to do, to get the recognition that I feel like I
Yeah,
deserve? And I'm not saying I'm God's gift to earth, but like there are dudes out there that I see that are getting things. I'm like, bro, like I did better than that. And all respect to them, no disrespect to them at all. Like all love, because a lot of these guys are my friends, my teammates, my colleagues. But like, bro, like, can I just get a little
yeah,
bit of love? Like, I'm not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for a little bit of love and respect, for what I have done so far.
yeah.
And yeah, man, like there's just times where life is unfair, and I think we get to see Sung Jinu in a place of vulnerability and realness. And when he just goes off screaming, voice actors do such a great job
Oh, they
with
do.
this moment. They absolutely killed it, man. But to see him go from, it's fine, I understand. If I was in your position, I'd save myself. But like, bro, also like, screw you. I got a mom and sister outside of this dungeon too. Like, I got family I care for too. I got a sick mom who I'm trying to take care of too. And I'm not abandoning y'all. So why are you abandoning me? And again, bro, just the human aspect of it, the realness of it that I think a lot of us can identify with, the unfairness of life sometimes, even when you do things right, was something that I recalled and just really hit hard for me. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll preach. That'll preach. By the way, 2022 season for you was yeah. That was
bro, yeah, it was a
great
good year.
season
It
for
was a
you. Yeah,
it was a
great.
real good year. So we'll see if 2024 has got something for your boy. We don't know
Absolutely.
yet. We don't know yet, but I'm sure whatever God's got for me, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be real
Mm.
good.
What God has for you is for you. Tracy Dang, I was going to try to put your saying in there, but it definitely does not fit with
Oh,
it's
uh,
not your
it's not the pacing, it's your patience.
it's not your patience, it's your patience. Yeah, but that ain't gonna fit. Tracy, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
find
won't
somewhere to put that. I swear I am.
fit. Cool. So now that we've gotten through our anime impact moments, let's talk about our top 3 winner anime this season. And so I will go first, P, if you would like, since I made you go first with the impact. I have mine ranked from 3 to 1. And so this first one, number 3 for me, is one that would not normally be on Joe's list until this season, until I decided to venture out, outside of the shonen world, outside of the isekai world, outside of the action and adventure fantasy world. A Sign of Affection, not my first romance anime, but my favorite romance anime so far. Definitely the best one I've seen. I've probably only seen like 2 or 3 other ones, and definitely haven't finished them all, except for I think My Dress Up Darling was the only one that like watched the whole season of. So, and I enjoyed that one. But A Sign of Affection is definitely one that's above that. It has been really good for me, bro. Like I definitely Itsuomi, the main male character, definitely has driven me crazy many a times the way he treats her. And now I am blanking on her name and I don't know why, and it's gonna irritate me. Our main character's name.
Oh, I am
Um
not good with names.
I know you're not. But the way he has treated her, like you could definitely see that this man has feelings for her, like without a shadow of a doubt. But he treats her like a child, bro. And I get it. I get that she's deaf. I get that she has a hard time doing some things. And like just lives the life of a deaf person. It's not this. It's not a normal life for like most people. But like him patting her on the head like a child, him like there was one moment where he literally force fed her. I count it was like some food basically while they're sitting there, and he forced not forced, but force fed her some food, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? And so Yuki is her name. Thank you. I just had to look that up.
Yuki.
Yuki is her name. And but also at the same time, as much as that dude has driven me crazy, I like him a lot. Um, he he knows what he wants,
Let me
and he's not
grab
a
my.
man. He's not a man that normally seeks out relationships based on how his friends have talked about him and portrayed him, but he pursued pursued Yuki and like was like, I want to be in your world. As a guy that constantly is a world traveler who was raised and born out, not necessarily born, but raised outside of Japan. I believe it was in Germany, to then come back and meet this deaf girl. And at first I was like, he just wants to be in her world because he wants to experience something new and learn a new language, sign language. But not because of her. And as the episodes go on, shout out Mel, who's like, just keep watching, you'll enjoy it. Um,
She was one
I
of the
I
only
am
reasons why I kept watching because I
bro,
was like,
she yeah, this dude's crazy. But I have truly enjoyed this show. It is a really good show. It is my definitely gonna be my favorite romance anime. I will definitely venture out and watch some more. I'm sure P will make sure that I watch some more.
oh yeah,
The one I want to watch first, P, is Watakoi, the one that Mel was talking about before. Love is Hard
yeah.
for Otaku or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yo,
I
Love is
I
Hard Otaku is great,
that I think
funny,
that's gonna be the
really good.
next. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the next romance anime that I check out. So yeah, my number three favorite anime so far this season is A Sign of Affection.
Good stuff. I have things to say about Sign of Affection, but I will wait. I
Okay,
will wait.
okay, okay.
Um, my number three. This is hard because
Yeah,
it
this was
has
hard.
Sasuke and Peeps, which I enjoy. Oh man, wrong way to use healing magic. I absolutely love Mashu. I love, but I think I'm going to go with Delicious in Dungeon for my
Okay,
number three. If you haven't seen Delicious in Dungeon, it is pretty much about this group who pretty much at the beginning of the anime they were fighting this dragon. Pretty much at least half of his squad got wiped out by this dragon. And not only that, but the dragon now has his sister held captive. And now they're trying to go back down into the dungeon to rescue his sister.
yeah,
Along the way, they are pretty much they're kind of already like hurting for cash, so they have to try to find ways to survive and to eat. And so they go through the dungeon and they pick up this guy. Well, first of all, even before they did that, they were just trying to eat like little different creatures in the dungeon. They were trying to prep it up. It was not working well at all. Was not tasting well. Dude got poisoned at one point in time. And so they meet this guy who like is an absolute culinary chef and can prep the most delicious things with monsters from the dungeon. It's very quirky. It's hilarious. Um, and not only that, but again, I'm a very like I don't want to say artsy guy, but again, sports was never my thing, so I always leaned towards like the artsy and things of that nature. And so for the longest, I wanted before I even went to school for music, I wanted to go to school for culinary arts. And so just to see some of the things that this guy does, some of the ideas that he comes up with, even if you take like real world aspects, because some of the things that he uses and that he cooks with, that like what he's talking about or the names that they give it aren't necessarily items or food from the real world, but they have like real world aspects. Like he uses like things that look like mushrooms or things that look like fungi, which can be again considered like mushrooms, things like broccoli, different animals. Like it's amazing. But he uses all of these things to cook these delicious meals, as well as again they're still on a quest to save his sister, their I was about to say their crewmate,
I
their
was about to say
teammate.
that too.
um
One Piece.
so yeah, man, if you know me, I'm really big like on like slice of life, and comedy, as well as like suspense thriller. This has none of that, but it does have a lot of slice of life moment aspects with some like adventure and action things. And again, it is a very funny anime. So because of that, my number three is Delicious in Dungeon. If you have not seen it, go check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I have enjoyed it. I think I've seen maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and I've definitely enjoyed it. It wasn't necessarily my top, but it was
Yeah.
definitely a good show. And for those that P basically, when I'm on the phone with P, bro, if P ever calls me or I call him, he is always cooking something, bro. Now, mind you, I've never eaten a meal from Preston, so I don't know if they're actually good like he say they are, but he always cooking, so I'm sure he got to at least be decent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for the day where you get to come and cook me a meal, bro. Whether I come to
Hey,
you in Charlotte or you come out here to Denver, and you whip me something
hey,
up, bro.
yo,
I need that.
well, I have had your steaks, and the steaks was pretty daggone good. So
Okay, appreciate you.
I definitely have to cook something for you. But yeah, no, I can cook. It's like
Okay,
that.
see. All right, my number 2 is the wrong way to use healing magic. It
I wanted,
is it
I
is
wanted
an
to put this my number
isekai.
3 so bad,
And the fact that P wanted to put an isekai into his top
bruh.
is crazy. But for me, I'm right at home. You know me, I'm a big isekai guy. If you saw our first episode, you saw me talking about how SAO season one specifically, was goaded, whether P believes it or understands it or
I
not.
ain't saying nothing. I am
You
just
did. You
listening
said
to you talk.
goaded, goaded. Season one
Listen,
is goaded. Like I know. SAO get some hate,
goaded. Wait,
bro.
let's use our words. But
Why?
now I'm
Why
just
would you
listening.
recommend,
Now I'm just listening because goaded is crazy. But okay, I'm
bro?
listening now.
Listen, I said what I said. I stated the facts about SAO. But isekais are right up my alley, bro. They're one of my favorite genres, especially after SAO. There was some beforehand, Inuyasha, Daihak-san, Legend of the Twilight Bracelet, all that stuff. But to say, not to get into that too much, healing magic has always obviously been a great magic to have. Obviously, it saves a lot of lives and that, and the other. The way they first utilized this magic, bro, got me hooked. Like, this dude is going through torturous training, endurance training, strength training, and he is using magic to heal himself and push past his limits. Like, that's the first time I've seen healing magic used in this way. And I was like, bro, if I had this playing football or whatever sport or doing whatever, like, I would be good. Like, I would never, like, all the injuries I've suffered and had, the one I had this past season, like, would have been straight. Like, I'd have been like, ow, that hurts, and I'd fix it on the spot. I'm running down the field and my legs are getting tired and my endurance is running down. Boom. Little healing magic. All right, let's go. Next kickoff. Like, that was the main thing that got me hooked on this, is the way that they utilize it. He's basically summoned to this new world with two other classmates of his who were like the student council president and vice president, I believe. And he wasn't supposed to be there. He was just happenstance, got caught in the rain without an umbrella, and so they offered him theirs and walked home together. And they were summoned, and he just happened to step onto the summoning circle and be brought with them. Healing magic is one of the rarest kinds of magic, and Rose, the teacher, is
Bro, brutal,
psycho, like
brutal.
psycho, but in a very good way. You learn more about her story and the loss that she's gone through and why she's the way that she is, and then the bond relationship that she has with the main character, who I am also now blanking on because I'm so bad with names. But the main character, her, have a really good bond. But you also get to see the bond between the main character and the two other classmates that got summoned as well. They are the heroes. The two other classmates. It's one female, one male character. They're the heroes of the story, but we focus a lot more, obviously, on our main character, who was not supposed to be there again, but is going to play a very pivotal role in the war to come against this kingdom and the demon lord army that is coming to attack their kingdom. So it the action has been good so far. It hasn't been anything like super duper crazy, not solo leveling level, not Ninja Comedy level,
I feel
but
like we
just
about to
in
get there though. Like
I feel like we're gonna get there, and I'm curious to see. And I haven't fully caught up on it, so I'm like probably 3 episodes behind. And I know the demon army is about to attack, so I gotta definitely catch back up. But I hope they do that well. I love his pet, the blue grizzly bear that
oh
he's got.
yeah.
I think that's gonna be great. I can't wait to see. He's definitely gonna grow and evolve. I just can't wait to see him grow and evolve into an adult grizzly bear. And I'm wondering if the healing magic, is going to play an aspect or have a factor in that as well. But I'm curious to see him develop as a character and going through his first traumatic experience in a battle, because it's not going to be easy. Obviously, this training hasn't been easy for him, and he's been put through some torture, but to see people's lives at stake and to hold them in his hand, I'm curious to see how that affects his character and how he develops from that, as well as his two friends that he traveled to this world with, who are going to be on the front lines during this battle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just to piggyback a little bit off that, I feel like even now he's already developing as a character. When we first
Yeah.
saw this guy, like he was almost kind of shy, timid, like I'm not supposed to
Yes.
be here type guy. And he's gone from that to like I am going to heal my friends to make sure like they don't have to worry about a thing. So I love that for his character development, but I also like the other two that came there with him. Now the girl is absolutely psycho crazy as
She
well.
bro, she is like so excited. She's like how I would be, especially, and I'll preface this, if I did not have, if being isekai into a world, if Truck Kun was a real thing, like I knew it could happen, and I did not have a wife or children, I'm stepping into a truck and I'm getting some magical powers and going to some fantasy world, bro. Like I'm
Yeah,
doing.
no,
She is that. She's like, I'm
no,
so
yeah.
excited to be here and leaving my perfect happy life at home. I'm excited to be in this fantasy world.
It's like I'm so excited to be here. Like even to the point where it was like the demon army is coming and she's like,
Like,
"Yay.
yes.
Yes. Demon army. Let's
Let's
go."
go.
The other guy that came through, I like his character development too. It's almost like a regression because he came in confident as all get out and now it's like I don't know if I can do this. Like
Yeah.
he ends up like being this really scared guy who doesn't know if he can um like put this on his shoulders and shelve that himself. And so the main character is there to like let everybody know, like, don't worry about it. I got you. So I love that development for him. I tell you what, there are two healing in what I don't think this is a isekai. No, it is an isekai. That I really wish they would have took a couple of notes from signs from wrong way to use healing, and that's the Great Cleric. I feel like the
Mm.
Great Cleric had really like a really promising theme to say like, yeah, not only is healing rare, but we don't like healers because they charge
Uh,
outrageously for us to like use them as actual healers. But because that show had like a great premise, and if they used a couple of things, like the wrong way to use healing did, that show would have been top tier too. So I just wanted to throw that out there because the Great Cleric, if you haven't seen it either, it's decent. Like it's decent. It could have been a lot better, but
is it quality mid or is it just mid?
it's just mid. It's
It's
just
just
mid.
mid.
Like it's a
Okay.
great watch, but yeah, it's just mid. But it
Okay.
could have been like quality mid.
Okay. I that is on my list after. I remember you talking about that before.
Yeah.
And I hadn't picked it up because then I just tried to pick up everything from the winter list. But that is on the list. I'm curious to see how that goes because the premise definitely sounds interesting. So I'm curious how they played that out and if it'll get a second season or anything like that as well. Um cool, P. What's your number two, bro?
Okay, cool. My number two, and Joe has already talked about it a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot of bit. So I'm only going to talk about it a little bit. Signs of Affection. If you know me, you know I love romance. Yeah, I'm a romance anime junkie, slice of life junkie. I love it. Let me tell you something. So Joe has already hit on the reasons why I think it's good. I'm just going to hit on the reasons why, like, I didn't like. What's his name?
Itsuomi?
It's on me. Listen, honestly, episode 7 into episode 6, episode 7 kind of turned it around for me. So I was like, all right, he might be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Like
was some good moments right there.
yeah, I was like, he might be okay. But episode 4, when the girl left his house,
Oh yeah.
peed. Because see, now I'm thinking that you're just like a little gigolo dude. Not only that, but your friends is already saying like this guy like really don't be like he values the fact that he wants to travel more than he wants like a girl. He's already crushed a lot of girls' hearts because of this thing. And I'm like, here you got poor Yuki over here who is like just as sweet as pie. And I was like, you is not finna do this girl dirty. And not only that, he has no sense of the word boundaries. Like he is always in this
None.
girl's airspace, man.
None. No personal space.
None. Like you're petting her on the head, which I already am like, ah. again, you're in her personal space all of the time. You're really touchy feely with her, and I'm like, leave this innocent child alone. But then again, we get to episode 6, we get to episode 7, to where this guy really is like just a go-getter. He sees what he wants and he pursues her heavily. Like, I've never had these feelings before. Um, and I'm gonna let it be known that, like, yo, I want to be with you. Like when he brought her out to the snow and he was like, yo, let me just sign it because I don't even want to write it no more. Let me sign the
Yeah.
way I feel for you. I was like, yeah, do your thing, sir. Um, I also feel bad for the childhood friend. Um,
What
and
was it?
shout out,
Oshi? Oshi?
yeah, shout out to Juice because Juice, Juice does not like this guy. And Juice, I'm not even gonna lie, I did not like the white haired bastard either. I thought he was gonna play. I thought he was gonna play Yuki. But he turns out to be a stand up guy. But my other guy, the friend, I kind of feel bad for him because I don't think he necessarily knows how to emote. I also think that he absolutely adores this girl
Oh no,
as
he's in love
well.
with her, bro. He's
But
absolutely in
he
love with her.
and honestly, at first I thought it was just he was a friend that was concerned, wanted to make sure that she was good. But again, around episode 6 or 7, like you really start to see, even episode 5, to where they had that stare down.
That was
And
great, bro.
I was like,
That was great, bro.
yeah, I was like, okay, like, yeah, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, no, for all of those reasons, like, it's really good. Again, I don't want to call it suspense, but it's like you're waiting to see like how everybody's going to react because again, we still have to see what the best friend is going to do and how he's going to react to now them dating. But also, and maybe you can clear me up. I don't know if I'm right, but there was a girl that left her cat or dog with the
Yeah.
guy. Does she like him or are they
I think
family?
that based on what and Mel cleared it up for me. Mel has read the manga, and if you don't know who Mel is, she was our previous guest on
Mhm.
episode 3, I believe. She was a guest on episode 3, and she kind of cleared that up for us. But I think she's just a friend. Like she's just a
Okay.
friend. Like plays no significance. I think there was a moment to where he did something stupid, and then he remembered how she basically called Yuki stupid, and he was like, it just basically a moment for him to recall her and think about her is pretty much what that
Okay.
led to.
Because I was gonna say, how great would that be to bring another character in who
Yeah.
likes this character, but this character only likes one other
Like,
person,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which again may happen. But yeah, man, it's a really good watch, and not only that, I enjoy the fact that they put these people as adults. Like they are in college. It's not a high school love, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yes.
like feel like really
It doesn't feel
weird-ish. Like
wrong. Yeah.
right, they're adults. So I absolutely love that aspect as well. But yeah, that's my number 2. A Sign of Affection. Great.
Okay. Great. All right. And I have a feeling we're both going to align on our number 1 here,
Yeah.
which is hard not to. So before we do that, I do want to give 2 honorable mentions because I already know people are like, why? How did these 2 shows not make it into the list? And me being the action guy that I am, having read one of these dang near 3 or 4 times as the
Oh
manhwa,
yeah, we gotta talk.
we
Ooh,
gotta talk about these 2. So the first one is Solo Leveling.
yeah.
Bro, I am extremely happy with how they have done Solo Leveling.
100%.
They have done a great job. The first episode I wish was like a double episode where they trying to like give us like an hour-long premiere. Would have loved that because I think they either one should have ended on the smile from the statue. Would have been a great ending for the first episode. They still did the moment great, or they end it with him dying and waking up in the hospital, which was where I believe episode 2 ended. So either way of that ending was like my biggest issue that I had, but it wasn't really an issue, it was just like a personal preference on how I thought it should have went. And then my only other issue, which is just I think just has to do with the studio and needing more time, was them dropping a 7.5
Yep, that
episode.
was the biggest one for me.
I'm like, bro,
That's
we
ridiculous.
don't like. I honestly personally have been like, just tell us you need an extra
Just
week.
don't.
Like,
The
just
fact
don't do
that we
that.
are 7 episodes in and you wanna give me a
You-
recap
right,
episode?
a
Oh,
seven episodes
no.
into a 12 episode season.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
no.
like mind you, that's I will say that is better than what Zom 100 did when they just
Oh,
like dropped off the face of the planet for 2 weeks, came back, gave
didn't
us an
Zom 100
episode,
let us know,
and
though?
And they did. So they went
They
on
let us
hiatus for
know.
like 2 weeks and then gave us like episode 8 and 9, I think, back to back or something like
Yeah,
this. I may be wrong exactly how it played out, but then they just went on an indefinite hiatus for the last 3 episodes, and then eventually I don't know how long it finally took for them to come back with it,
it
but
was a
then they
couple
gave us
weeks.
episode 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah,
So they did let us know, but like y'all got 12 episodes, like get it done. Obviously I don't know the situation in the studio, so I'm not like being like y'all need to get to work and yada yada yada, but like yeah, it just speaks a
just
lot to what
inside looking in. Yeah,
yeah, outside looking in. Yeah, it just it was a little irritating, but I also understand the condition that the animators are in, which I have a whole other speech about, but we won't get into that. Animation studios do better, and I'll leave it at that. And
yeah.
then I don't know if you had anything else to say about Solo Leveling before I go say this next one that I had honorable mention for.
No, again, I just wanted to give again, special shout out. My next shout out might be a little bit different from yours.
Okay.
But yeah, no solo leveling shout out because like you said, I know we're gonna get a lot of flack for not including that. But
Yes.
again, not only that, but I've read it as well. I mean, I think they're doing a great job. But again, if you know me, I'm probably going to do romance more than I do like a solo leveling or anything like that.
Yes.
And again, for my number one, if you know me, I'm going to do suspense and thriller
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
so. So nothing
Yeah.
to solo leveling, but there are other genres that I enjoy watching more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I was trying to stay away from it because I feel like solo leveling is going to be like everyone's number one for
No,
majority.
absolutely.
I know there's the people, and I won't say any names, who think it's just carried by its animation, similar to Demon Slayer, and doesn't have a great story.
No,
Which
mention Tony. Tony, let's talk, Tony.
we talk about Tony too much, bro. We need to get Tony in here. We really need to get Tony on here. But yeah,
Tony
Tony.
does really make great points though.
No, Tony makes great points, and
He
I know
make
me
great
and Tony had a one-on-one conversation about solo leveling and how it's being handled and how it's done, and learning. Again, Tony is a mangaka, so his understanding of how things go and the operations behind the scenes are a lot more in depth than what someone like us, who's just like here for the content, basically, are going to understand unless we dive deeper. Like Tony diving deeper is a normal thing for Tony because he wants to understand how the system works, how
Yeah.
that world works. So it makes sense that he has a little bit more. So once he told me that, I was like, dang, that's crazy.
And
But
even
also I'm
then,
like,
because go ahead.
I was gonna say, but also like I just really enjoyed this series and I was super excited. I mean, we did a video before when our first season and I talked about how excited I was for solo
Yep.
leveling. So
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, and to like you talked to Tony, I ran into Tony and Raleigh, and he said that you guys had talked, and he explained to me like his sentiments on why, and I was like, God, I'm with you when you're right, but I hate that you're right. But you're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Like I can't
You're right.
argue with that. Like
You're
the
right.
points you make, I can't argue with it. I had
Yeah,
no
that's a
clue,
good
and now
point.
that I know, I'm like, dang,
It's a good point.
I still enjoy the show, but
Yeah.
I understand or the entire series, the manhwa, and now the show, but I like, dang, that
Yeah.
sucks. So Solon was one. The other one that I was going to recommend, or that has an honorable mention for me, and I don't know about P, again, being the action guy that I am, is Ninja Kamui. That show came off the he forgot about that show apparently and might have to take number one for him. I don't know. But bro, Ninja Comedy came out swinging, bro. Like literally came out swinging. We hopped off the train, walked downtown, and now we throwing hands like within the
Yeah.
first 20 seconds of the show. Like, and the hand throwing is great. The
Phenomenal.
choreography for it is great. This dude caught needles in his teeth.
Bruh.
Like I was like, yo, what?
When I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. So we
Yeah.
on demon time. All
This
right.
this will be on. Yeah. So I think I've only seen the first 2 episodes. I had personally decided to let it go a little bit because I wanted to let some episodes stack and then kind of just like binge a couple episodes. So
Same.
I haven't gotten into the story a ton, but I have a feeling really hoping that they get into the story, the backstory of like the of everything and why they're chasing him. Obviously, we know why they're chasing him because he kind of defected. But I want to get into that more and see how he takes his revenge, how him and the police officer work together to solve everything and figure out what's going on and to handle whatever they got to handle. But Ninja Kamui is a really good show, and I know a lot of people were saying after the first 2 episodes, anime of the year. Same they were saying with Solo Leveling. Um, we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I can go that far yet. I do really enjoy them. I need to see more. I need to see how they do Solo Leveling because I don't think they're gonna get to the point where I think Solo Leveling could become anime of the year. Ninja Kamui, I have no clue. So Yeah, those that's
No,
my
so
other honorable mention.
I think Solo Leveling could possibly become anime of the year. Just episode 2 alone, I think can skyrocket that up there just as well as with Kamui Ninja episode 1. I think that those 2 episodes alone can skyrocket it to be that. What I will say, and this is why I didn't put Ninja Kamui in my top 3. And it's pretty much almost the same thing as what Joe says. I find myself always having to go back and watch an episode and then like watch the newest episode, and I just get tired of like going back and going back and going back, because it really is kind of, I don't want to say an elaborate storyline, but you do have to pay attention to certain things, and like certain things like I totally forgot, and like now I have to go back and watch, you know, an episode to catch up. So like Joe said, I just want to stack up a little bit, and maybe we'll revisit this later down the line when, you know, Ninja Kamui has like more episodes. But if I can get it to build up to like 9, 10 episodes and then binge watch all of those, then I can come back with more of a precise answer. But what I do want to throw out, and I struggle with this, is Mashal. I absolutely love Mashal. It's really good. It's like One Punch Man. I think Mashal might be funnier than One Punch Man in my opinion. I think it is hilarious. I think the storyline might be a little bit better than One Punch Man. But again, I enjoy other genres a little bit more. So for that reason, um, yeah. Ah man, Sasuke and Peeps was also really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
Ah,
let some episodes stack on that too. I did do that on purpose. I want to watch some more Sasuke and Peeps. I mean, I could give you a whole bunch of shows that are like I mentioned for me, Metallic Rouge,
Hokkaido
really one
Girls.
Hokkaido Girls was that was and for me that was towards the middle of the pack for me out of everything I saw. You know, I know that's up your alley a little bit more than mine.
Tales of a
What was
Wedding
another
Ring,
one?
even though I know you like, I know
No,
you didn't even give that like,
nah,
but
yeah,
I
no.
watched three
I watched
episodes of
like
that and I was like, it's not bad.
yeah, I think I watched 3 or 4 and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." Not horrible, but not my cup of tea.
I'm gonna go back and visit Mr. Villain's Day Off, but
No.
hell
Yeah, no.
no.
That's like for me, Mr. Villain's Day Off is like a play in the background while I work. Maybe while like I wanna put some anime on while I edit our episodes or whatever else I'm doing. I'll play Mr. Villain's Day Off because it's not one that I feel like I need to pay attention to. My man loves pandas and food, and that's really all I got.
And I know you was talking about Buchigiri, like when that first came
Buchigiri,
out.
when it first came out, was cool. My thing with Buchigiri is I feel like they missed the opportunities to take certain things seriously. I feel like that one friend, like we're in a serious moment and you're always just cracking jokes, kind of like that's what I feel like Buchigiri has done. And I've only seen again, I haven't. I don't know if it's just me slacking or just me being busy, but I didn't get past I think episode 4 of Buchigiri. So
So too.
yeah. So I got to the point to where like the big battle is about to happen between the two gangs and they're trying to stop it. But I feel like there are moments I'm like, bro, this is a time for like it to get serious. The one thing I will say that has kept my attention, I'm like, ooh, I really want to find out, is that Jin that the main character got in contact with and has is up to
Oh
something
yeah, 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 yeah.
because yeah, the main character has like some new mark on him that he doesn't know is up there, but the Jin does, and he's waiting for that mark to like fully manifest. And I feel like he's going to be able to take over his body, like completely like take it over. And then obviously then we met someone else that has a Jin as well in them. So I'm like, it definitely has my attention, and it's still up there for me. So I'm not saying it's bad, but it was like my number 3 at one point, and then it kind of dropped out. So I'm curious to see where they take it.
It was good. Like I said, I watched the first 2 episodes. It was really good. And again, I really like comedy-esque anime, but
Yeah.
I feel like if Buchigiri was maybe a little bit more serious, for me, it would play off a lot better. Like Joe said, I think that there are just way too many moments to where it needs to be serious, and like there's still like a chuckle in the background. I'm like, bruh, like people
Yeah.
getting bullied, and it's and like you make a quick beeline to a joke, and I'm like, come on, man, like
Yeah,
what
bro.
are we doing? Fluffy
Yeah.
Paradise is another one that I
It started off good for me, and
it started.
I just kinda, I got busy. So I'm again not my normal cup of tea. It is an isekai, but it's like a
It
slice
is.
of like cutesy isekai, so it's not really my cup of tea. But that was there, and then two other ones, which one of which I'm like I don't really know. I guess we just kind of went rambling on all the ones that we liked, Tom P, instead of
We
just
did.
giving a couple honorable mentions, but that's fine. Witch and the Beast was one that I enjoyed from the start. Kind of trying to see where this goes. It feels very episodic to me, similar to
Ooh.
a Cowboy Bebop, where like the story, there is a story to it, but also like each episode is kind of its own thing. And I don't know if I just hadn't gotten deep enough into the story yet to where it all starts to connect. But
Oh,
where
fairy
it's at,
tale.
I don't know about fairy. It ain't. I don't think it's gonna be a 48 episodes to figure it out kind of thing. Which I know you hate on fairy tale. If you watch the episode with
I'm not hating.
Tracy, I mean, sorry, you just called fairy tale trash when talking to Tracy in
We're, we're,
episode
we're,
2.
we are critiquing, remember?
Oh, critiquing.
No, Joe, he's gonna
I know.
critique the show.
Oh,
Critique, thank
yeah,
you.
He's gonna
Thank
critique the
you.
show.
critique the show.
Thank
Critique the
you.
show. I can't wait
That's
to hear this
it.
critique.
Yeah.
But I am curious to see how it plays out, and hopefully things start to connect. I know we were introducing a couple different characters as well as I was watching, so maybe I just need to be a little bit more patient. The one that I do really want to see, and I intentionally wait to stack, is because I'm a big like, it's not isekai, but it's fantasy, and it's got this level up aspect of it now. Is Unwanted Undead adventurer. He like starts. He's a human adventurer who ends up dying by the hands of this dragon that isn't supposed to be in this dungeon that was apparently cleared out, and all of a sudden becomes an undead, and then becomes, I think, a licked. So like he advances in his power level and his species, and I'm
Hmm.
sure he will advance again. He's trying to become a human again, or basically become human esque, and he's already stronger than he was as an adventurer when he was an adventurer for like forever. He's
Oh, I
like the
need to
oldest.
watch that.
He's like the oldest rookie type adventurer. Like he's been doing this for a long time, but he's not very strong. And so, but now he's gotten stronger based on him dying and coming back. So it seems really good, but we'll see what happens. All right, P, you want to say what both of our number ones is based on what we've already kind of talked about and how we just knew each other's number one's going to be the same.
All right. Number one is none other, and I will let Joe explain why. Bruh, it's Classroom of the Elite. Like, how can
Absolutely.
you not put that? Like, bruh, it. Whoo! Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, man, Classroom Elite is absolutely dope. This main character, bro, from season 1 to 2, I was waiting for this man um to like show that he does actually have some emotion, to show that he actually does care. I was waiting for him to like basically come out of his shell in a sense. Like he's very obviously he's technically would be considered probably a psychopath. He just knows how to control and
Oh,
manipulate
no, he's
people
a
to get
sociopath.
what he
He's a
wants
sociopath,
done.
not a psychopath.
Sociopath.
He's a sociopath.
Sociopath, thank you. Yeah. Sociopath, thank you. The mentalist aspect of it, the suspense thriller aspect of it. Um Ayana Koji is his name. Bro,
Ayana
Ayana Koji
Koji.
is cold, bro. He is cold. And like him basically operating and manipulating people to get his class to the top to avoid leaving the school and the whole situation with his father and whatever happened
Are
in his
you caught
past.
up?
I am probably 2 episodes behind at this
Okay,
point.
great. So you know who the
So
new principal is, right? Did you see that
no,
episode?
no, 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 I did not. So yay. Thanks, P.
No, 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 no. It's really like no
Okay.
spoilers at all, but we do know that the old principal, like they kind of removed him,
Okay. I
which
didn't
was
know that.
homegirls, yeah, which is homegirls
Homegirl's dad. Maybe I did
dad.
know that.
Yeah.
Maybe I did know that. I don't remember if I knew that or not. I think the last episode I watched was episode 5. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I did know that the old principal was her dad. I did know that. But the conflicts that he has with the other classes and the elite members of those classes is really dope. How he's his little competition he's got with the former, I guess now former president's daughter, who's in the leader of class A, is about to be really really cool to see that this dude basically almost has a harem, and he like don't care. Like
Oh
there are
no,
so
not
many
pretty much.
girls.
Like he has a
There are
harem at
so
this
many like
point in
I
time.
the head girl from class B, the girl that he's got in his
That
class
he
that is like,
saved from the being a
yeah,
bully, like
yeah,
her.
she's with him.
You got the
There's a couple
president or the ex-president's
little sister, but she's not
little
really into him like
sister.
that. She's not. I don't.
Oh,
I think she. Yeah, I don't think she's really into him like that.
mm,
So,
please
but we'll
catch
see.
up.
Thanks, P.
No,
Um,
no, no, because it's not. Nobody has said. Just catch up.
I'll
Catch up.
catch up. Okay, I'm going to catch up. It's been ranked number one for me since the beginning, since the get go.
My own actually, I had Signs of Affection above Classroom of the Elite.
I couldn't do
It was
it.
just it was
I
just
couldn't do
until
it.
these last as a matter of fact, last night when I caught up, I was like, okay, what are we doing? Here's the only thing that like I have a hard time believing. And maybe because now they're in Class C. Do they really not know that this guy is pulling the strings? Because right now, everybody knows. Like at least all of everybody in not everybody, but all of the important heads, people in Class A, whether that's the president, the new president, and like the higher people in each class know that this is the guy.
His classroom's full of idiots, except for
I
the
am
people
like,
that know.
what?
There's two
And,
people that know.
and
That's it.
three,
Three. The girl that likes him, the former president sister, and then
and then the crazy
the
chick.
his oh, so four. So then the
Oh no,
crazy chick,
four. Yeah, the
and
crazy
then
chick.
the class his class representative, that guy also knows. Kind of knows.
Kind of knows, yeah. Which
So,
I can't even talk to you,
yep,
Joe.
you
Catch
can't
up,
talk about me. Okay, I'm gonna catch up.
catch
I'm gonna
up.
catch up. I'm gonna
No,
catch
but
up.
no, it's really good. Again, right down my alley. Like it's suspense, it's drama, it's thriller. Like it will have you sitting on the edge of your seat. Like, and honestly, I am just waiting for two things. One, for somebody to actually challenge this guy to make him like buckle. Because right now it just seems, and I know, Joe, that's why you need to catch up. I know for a fact that, first of
Be,
all,
be
I,
careful
I
with
think
your words.
I think the president absolutely can keep up with this guy. There are a few people that I think that are on his level of thinking.
Definitely some people that could keep up and are definitely up there
Because
with
we
it. I
haven't
mean,
even seen Prez.
even the girl, the former president's, not the former
No,
principal's daughter,
no,
is up there.
I don't think so.
All right, well let me watch. I'll catch up
No,
after we record this. I'll catch up.
and what I'm saying is, I'm not saying these people aren't smart, but again, I'm just waiting for somebody to get on his level, which I do believe the president as well as the president's sister might be like I feel like something has to blossom from her. And so
Oh,
I'm waiting
she's
for
definitely
that.
got it. She's definitely gonna step up. I'm waiting for her
Yeah,
moment. She's definitely
I'm
gonna step
waiting for
up.
her. But I am also waiting for him to show some emotion. Like I am waiting for him to be like close. Like I see it in my head. Like everything's cool. He's walking to his room. He shuts the door and they pan up from the bottom up and his face is stricken in fear. That is the moment that I am waiting to see.
I can't wait. I hope that actually happens. That's actually dope. That was nice, P. That was nice.
I
I can
am
see that
waiting to
happening.
see that.
I want to see him like. I mean, we've seen him angry. We've definitely seen him angry. I think that's like about. It's either been straight faced or angry. Is about the two emotions that we've only seen from
We've
him.
never seen him angry.
When when they were doing I forgot her name, but the girl that he saved, basically, that he kind of used as a pawn, like he wasn't like angry, but he you could I think it's Kushida is the
Kushida.
is her name. I believe that's her name. I could be wrong about it, bro. There's too many people in this show, way too
Yeah.
many characters in the show. But I think that's her name. But I feel like he got angry with that whole situation. Um, and even though he was like, someone's beating up my pawn, I'm like, nah, you care a little bit, bro. Like you care.
Also, Koenji. Um, that's the guy, the blonde-headed guy who just don't give
Oh, don't
two rats
care.
ass
Oh
about
yeah, I can't wait to see
nothing.
what happens with that,
I
bro.
cannot wait to see what because honestly, I think this dude is a genius. Like I do not think
No,
he is
he's
just
up to something.
bluffing. Like this dude, I have to believe is up. I think he's going to be one of the ones that is going to be like one of the smart. Like right now, he does not care. He is not shaked. He is not shook. They can do whatever they want. They was like, he was like, they was like, I'll vote you. I was like, if you want to vote me out, vote me off.
Yeah,
And he is still there. They, Joe,
I'm gonna
you
catch
shut
up,
up.
bro. I'm gonna catch up, bro. I
It's
think
really good.
Kushida is wrong. Kushida is definitely wrong. I think Kushida's the girl from class B. I think that's who that is. But I don't. But anyway, the basically his pawn chick that he has in his class. I feel like that he got mad at that point. But yeah, I agree. Koenji, the blonde hair kid,
Is
like
it Ichinose?
Ichino. No, oh, Ichino says the classroom B girl. Maybe, bro. There's too
That's
many
Classroom B.
people, bro.
Yeah.
There's too many people. So maybe I don't. Yeah. Anyway, Classroom Elite is me and P's number one. It's a really good show. If you have not watched it, please go watch it. I think I've had like 3 or 4 people comment and mention to me that they started watching it because of us talking about it on Instagram, and everyone has loved it. I haven't met a person that said they started watching it that hasn't liked it. I'm not saying there aren't. I'm sure there are, but it's a really good show. Let's get into what we're looking forward to this winter season. No, not winter season. I'm sorry. Let's get into what we're looking forward to this spring season. There's a lot of shows coming out. I think there's way too many shows coming out. More shows coming out this season than it did last season in the winter. So my first one that I'm looking forward to is none other than Reincarnated as a Slime. Again, Isekai junkie, and this is one of my favorite isekais, bro. I'm all here for the OP main character. He built his little town, his little own world, is getting attacked left and right, making alliances with other nations, and now is up against the big bad wolf, who shouldn't be the big bad wolf, and it's just a misunderstanding. And I can't wait to see it play it out. I've also read the manga, so I kind of know how it plays out a little bit.
Oh man.
But yeah, it based on the trailer, it seems that this next season focuses on the conflict between Rimuru and Hinata, which is she's part of the church. She was a mentee, a student of I can't remember her name, but basically the girl that had Ifrit in her and let Rimuru take over her, basically take her body. Um, and so she obviously thinks he's a slime, he's a demon lord. So she's like not having it. But I can't wait to see her realization moment and how that plays out. If that plays out, I don't know if it does. That's not a spoiler from the manga. I have no clue, but obviously it kind of has to play out that way, right? Like you just has to. So that's my first one.
Okay, cool. Are we going back and forth?
Sure, why not?
All right, cool. And Joe, I'm pretty sure we already like have this together too. But Kaiju number 8.
Yes,
I
yes.
am really looking forward to it. I've read the manga, of course. If you don't know, it's pretty much about kaiju. If you don't know what a kaiju is, think of Godzilla. But basically, kaiju keep appearing around Japan, and there is this member of the defense force who is infected by like a parasite, and he becomes pretty much a humanoid kaiju. And when I tell you this dude is absolutely insanely strong, absolutely ridiculous. It's funny. It has like really good action aspects. Again, I've read the manga up until like chapter like maybe 50, 60 something.
Okay.
There is a villain in this anime that I am an absolute fan of. And when y'all run into this guy, first of all, because I'm still at the point to where like I don't know what's going on, but I kind of know what's going
Hmm.
on. But again, it's Joe. If you want to go ahead and piggyback, because I know
Yeah.
that's on your list too.
Yeah, no, I mean you pretty much explained what it's about. They one of my favorite characters in this show is he's very Levi-esque from Attack on Titan.
Oh, Joe,
The
he
short,
is.
yeah, very short dude, but coldest dude out there kind of thing. Is and different than Levi, where Levi's like praised and loved for like him being like the elite of the elite for what they do. This dude is different than most, but even despite his difference than the rest of everybody else, he like utilizes that to the best of his ability and like just dominates. Kind of like the Asta not having magic, but uses his anti magic to like elevate himself. He has a similar vibe to that. Um, but really gonna be a really good show. The main character is definitely really really strong, and to see him grow into his power and develop his power is going to be great. I've also read the manga. I'm caught up on the manga.
Oh
Um, yeah,
man,
I'm caught up on the
I gotta
manga.
catch
So
up. I gotta catch up.
yeah, but it's gonna be. I know it's been talked about for a long time now, and I am really looking forward to it. I hope they do it justice. I really really
Yeah,
do.
and I don't even know if this is like a spoiler, but like to see what his job was at the beginning of the
Yeah.
episode. to
Yeah.
now see, like, what he's doing now, which I think
Yeah.
they kinda touch on that in episode 1,
Yeah.
maybe
I
starting
mean,
episode 2.
that's just the
Um,
premise of the show. He basically is like monsters get killed and there's a mess and destruction. He's on cleanup duty basically. So
and
he
he's
goes
really
from
good at his job, though,
yeah,
like,
and
really,
he's really
really
good
good at
at
his
it.
job.
He goes from being on cleanup duty, which him being on cleanup duty and his understanding of how things work played to
Mhm.
his benefit down the road once he transitions from cleanup duty to actually fighting the kaiju. And that's just kind of the premise of it. There's really no spoiler with that, P. So I think you're good.
Okay, yeah, but, oh, and the number 1, which like, the number 1 strongest, I forgot her name, um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but
I can't
him
remember
and
her name.
her, like, also have, like, this really it's
You're fine. Yep, it's
okay.
early on premise of
Okay,
the
it
story.
is
There's no
a yeah,
spoilers to
they
it
also have, like, a very, tight-knit bond, they know each other,
from
and so
childhood.
from childhood, so it's just really it's really good, they do some amazing callbacks,
Yeah.
it's a great read, and I really think it's gonna be a great watch, and if they don't look out, Kaiju number 8 also might be in talk for anime of the year.
Yeah, as long as they do it well, I think it definitely will be up there for sure. Another one that I think has also been anticipated and expected, and is looked forward to is called Loser Ranger. It is basically, at least for me, I've heard good things about it from people, people excited about it. But it's basically Power Rangers, but with the twist on it.
Yeah, I saw
So yeah, I think it's going to be really good. So basically, the Power Rangers, I'll call them what they are. They are the Dragon Keepers, I believe. Dragon Keepers basically fight off this monster army that invades. I don't know if it's the world or just Japan, whatever it is, but that invades. And after they defeat them, basically what they do is it turns out that the Dragon Keepers are actually the bad guys or are evil and demented. And they basically have this demon army, monster army. I'm sorry. Um, basically pretend to invade again every Sunday and
it.
basically put them through a humiliating defeat every week, which is crazy out in public. So the world sees it. So it's just like, basically what Power Rangers is, but like it's all staged in a sense, if that makes sense.
This
And
is
I
gonna be
think,
hilarious.
yeah, it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be really good action, but also probably some comedy to it. But I don't know, probably some seriousness, probably a good amount of seriousness as
Yeah, I
well.
think it's gonna be some serious, but that premises has me
That premise is
dying.
great. That's awesome. When I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely gotta watch this. And I believe it follows one of the minions from the Monster Army. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how this plays out. I think it's gonna be really good.
Let's talk My Hero Academia. I'm looking forward to My Hero Academia. I know it's what is it? It's like your typical shonen, but for this season, we get to see Stars and Stripes. And listen, if you don't know or if you have not read the
I was
manga,
gonna say, yeah.
this lady is broken. Like, is absolutely broken. So what I am most looking forward to is Stars and Stripes versus Shigaraki. When I tell you, again, there are going to
Be
be so
careful,
many
yeah.
good
Hmm.
nominations for the Anime Crunchyroll awards because I do believe again that fight alone could catapult My Hero Academia into possibly anime of the year. But
If not, at
um
least just anime fight the scene of the year
yes,
for sure.
absolutely. But no, like bro, that is I've been waiting for that to be animated for probably about 2.5 years now.
Yeah, I mean, because we were reading the manga for a while,
Yeah,
and I dropped it and haven't caught up. I'm definitely behind, but we were reading the manga for a while.
like bro.
Shout out to the days where Pete didn't think My Hero was that good.
No, so this was after that though. This was
I
like
know, no,
after that
I
where
know.
I
This
was
is after
on.
that. I'm just saying you wouldn't have got
Oh,
there.
at one point
It
in
took
time,
some
like
time.
I thought it was a very mid anime. Shout out to the days of Clubhouse because that is when like we used to have rooms. Shout out to Tammy and Bonnie. Like we used to have rooms
Yeah, bro. Good
every
times.
Sunday about My Hero Academia. Brandon, oh, all you guys. And so like I remember when Stars and Stripes came out, like, bro, we could not chop the conversation because everybody had so many things to say, so many like opinions of or predictions of how things would turn out.
Yes.
But yeah, so I am very excited for My Hero Academia season 7.
Cool. So I'm gonna get into some shows. I mean, I guess I've already kind of most of the shows I've touched are new shows, but these are two or three shows. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go into a movie real quick.
Oh
That
man. Okay, let's
yeah,
start.
I'm
Yeah, let's
looking.
go.
Yeah, I'm looking
You
forward
first of
to.
all, you deserve to talk about this. Like, even though it's on mine, like that's yours all day.
Man, this movie I'm looking forward to give us some background on my probably my third favorite character, which is crazy because I'm
Of
all
all time?
obviously the main characters in this show. Yeah, my
Okay.
third for sure. It's a close tie between 2 and 3, but Blue Lock Nagi, bro,
Oh, so
it's
who's 2 and 3?
Bachira.
Okay. Okay.
Bachira's too. But Nagi, the basically getting his background story of Nagi, and how he got to where he is now with him and Rio, I believe is the purple haired guy, P's
Mhm.
character. Um, yeah, had their story, their background story. I'm looking forward to. I don't have much to say about it other than the fact that if you've been here, you've seen me, if you've heard me talk about anime, you probably know that Blue Lock is up there for me. Definitely in my top 10. Probably top 7, 6. I don't know yet. I have to reevaluate my top 10 still, but some things
Yeah.
are creeping in. So
I will say, I'm most excited for this movie is because again, if you watch Blue Lock, you know Nagi like just recently became a soccer player. Like he really ain't been playing that long.
yeah.
So I am like, I can't wait to see how this developed. Like we get some like inkling of like how Rio like said, "Hey, yo, come and play soccer." But dude, what were you doing before then? Like, so I am
Chilling.
very excited. Yeah,
Being
I'm very
probably
excited to
being
see that.
lazy.
I'm excited to see like their partnership before like they got to Blue. Like I'm excited for all of that. Like all of that is going to be great. And I'm hoping we maybe
Yeah.
get some surprise cameos. Some like yeah, I'm excited for all of that.
I'm sure do some flash forwards and flashbacks as well.
Yeah.
Like they definitely gonna they're definitely gonna do that for sure. So we'll see what happens.
Another anime I'm excited about is it's an anime called A Condition Called Love. Um
Ooh, okay.
Again,
So do I have another romance anime to check out next season? Is
it's
that what
gonna
this
be
is?
that's what it's looking like, and again, it is
Okay.
high school, so
Ah.
I'm a bit apprehensive, but it's pretty much about this high school girl who pretty much has made up in her mind, that she's pretty much not gonna have a boyfriend. She's more invested in, like, just living her life, being with her family and friends, and so one day she sees her schoolmate, one of her friends, um, is outside, and he's heartbroken because he just, like, had a public breakup. And so she goes over to him, consoles him, gives him an umbrella, all of that good stuff. Little does she know that dude is about to ask, "Hey, you want to be my girlfriend?"
Nah, bro. Right after breaking up with somebody in
Now,
public?
see, it doesn't say
Nah,
for certain, but I'm guessing in that first episode we gonna get at least that either in the first or
bruh,
second episode.
bruh.
And asks her in the middle of the classroom, like, want to be my girlfriend, and her and from what the premise says is, she can't help but fear her life is going to change in a big way, and that's how it leaves off. So
Oh, dang.
I'm excited, but I'm also apprehensive because I'm like, dude. Like who are you? Like, first of
Exactly.
all, she is content with family and living her life and friends. Don't you come over here and ruin this girl's day. Like, don't you do that to her.
We
So yeah,
skeptical of all men around here.
oh, oh. So yeah,
I
so
got
I'm excited about A Condition Called Love.
yeah. I'm saying I got 3 daughters. All y'all boys back up.
No,
That's the
absolutely.
mentality I go in with every time. So
Oh, guns are blazing.
guns are blazing. That Bad Boys 2 scene with Reggie at the door. Yeah, bro. That's one of my favorite movie scenes of
Yeah.
all time. Um Okay, my next one that I'm looking forward to is called Windbreaker. And basically it's about this kid. The premise gave me Buchigiri vibes in a sense, just part of it. The main character basically just wants to fight strong people. So almost a Tenjo Tenge type of vibe. Tenjo Tenge, shout out Blaze. Tenjo Tenge.
It's so crazy
Ten-
because we were watching that video yesterday, like right
yes,
after the recording. Yeah.
yes. A Tenjo Tenge slash Buchigiri vibe, where the main character just wants to fight strong people. He ends up going to this new school full of delinquents. So again, very similar in that regard to Buchigiri. Um, but these degenerates, these delinquents, basically they use their strength to protect their town and their loved ones. But the main character is like, I don't care about none of that. All I care about is fighting, and he wants to make his way to the top. So then again, that goes back to the Tenjo Tenge vibes. And so I'm interested. It definitely caught my attention. I probably just give it a couple episodes to start, and if it don't grab me, I might just drop it. But you know me, if it's got good hands and it's animated well, I will be tuned in for sure.
So let me tell you what this reminded me of, and like I read it because I was going through the and I almost put this on my list, and then it gave me what is the vibes of Takamichi? What's my
Oh, Tokyo Revengers.
It gave me Tokyo Revengers vibes, and I was
Nah,
like, I don't
nah.
listen. Anytime I hear
Because
delinquents,
at
I'm
least
like Tokyo Revengers. I don't want it.
I feel you, but at least this main character it can box based on what I saw in the trailer. So we ain't dealing with this
I
crybaby
and
character.
I get it, but anytime I heard delinquents, I go to Tokyo Revengers, and I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna never end. Like we finna
Yeah,
be stuck. Like no, I don't want this. So I'll watch it. I'll watch it
yeah.
and see. My last one is Mysterious Disappearances.
Thriller.
Thriller, suspense,
Okay.
maybe a little drama.
Okay.
And so I'll have to see within the first couple of episodes, but pretty much um there's a bookstore clerk who wants to become an author. Now she's already a writer, but now wants to become like an author slash novelist. And so at that time, strange things or strange occurrences are happening all throughout the city. And her coworker starts to investigate. But little does the novelist knows that her coworker is also hiding like a crazy secret. Don't know what this secret is. I don't know if it's because or if like there's connections with the occurrences, the crazy occurrences that's going on throughout the city. But the coworker that she decides to investigate this stuff on also has a secret that they are hiding. So and again, if you know me, not mysterious, but mystery, thrillers, suspense, it's up my alley. I've mentioned that
Yeah.
probably like
Oh
six
yeah.
times.
Every
So I'm
episode.
looking forward to it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and I'm not hating on that, Phoebe. I love it. I love that. I'm a
Yeah.
big suspense thriller guy as well. Probably not as much as you. Definitely not as much as you. But yeah, no, we know you love the suspense and thriller. All right, so this last one for me that I am looking forward to, which I think can be very very good, but also I have a feeling is going to let me down after a couple episodes, is called Viral Hit.
Mhm.
And long story short, it's about this kid who's constantly getting bullied and beat up in school, and they normally record. I guess they record him as he's normally getting beat up, and it gets posted on YouTube, I believe is what it's called, but basically YouTube for this show, social media. And one day he knocks over this drink on one of the kids that normally beats him up and bullies him, and basically the fight goes viral, and this kid is in a position to where he needs money to take care of his sick mother, and so he makes a bunch of money based on this viral video. And so now they're like, okay, we could do this to make a bunch of money. Let's do a bunch of these fights and go viral. I don't know if they end up staging fights or what it is or how they go about this, but almost it gives me like a Fight Club type vibe kind of
Mhm.
thing. I'm curious to see again how they do this. I feel like it could probably start out very well, but I see this disappointing me and kind of fading as the season goes
Why?
on. But we'll see. I don't know. I just have that inkling. I don't know why. I just kind of have that inkling.
So
So
I don't
we'll
know if
see.
you've seen Lookism.
No, I
And
have
it's
not.
kind of like the same premise to where, well, this is, I don't want to say, is this like, I don't know, but where, like this guy, he's like a chubby kid, he gets beat up, he gets bullied, um, and somehow like he gets a new body, and while he's like his new body is like that whole,
Yeah, I've heard
um,
of it. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I have heard of it. Now that
it's
you say
not
that.
bad. It's not bad. It gives me like those vibes mixed with like a Takamichi type thing. My only big issue with this is like, does he become like a great like fighter? Because if that's the case, then it's also going to give me what's my boxing joint called?
Hajime
Um
no Ippo.
Hajime no Ippo. And so if it gives me that, then I am
Yes.
down for the ride. But now I
Yes.
get what you're saying, because now if things are going to be staged, then maybe not so. But if it's going to be staged in like a way to like it has me on the edge of my seat to where like are people going to
Yes.
find out what's going on,
Yes,
or then
exactly.
I'm down. So yeah, I get what you're saying. This could actually
Yeah.
go one or two
1 or 2 ways. Yeah.
ways. Yeah,
Absolutely. Like, yeah, like you said, like if there's a suspense and like edginess of it to where like they might get in trouble for this kind of thing, like
yeah,
they're trying to get stuff done but also avoid getting in trouble, like then that may catch my attention. I did think about that too. Like, is he actually going to get better as he goes through all these fights? Or is he going to be Takamichi and be getting here and just getting boxed and beat up
boxed. Yeah.
and not get any better after having fought 10, 12 dudes? Hajime no, like you said, Hajime no Ippo and what, Kenichi minus disciple?
Yep.
That
Yep.
vibe. Shout out
Shout
V
out to
for that. I
B.
know I
Shout
know
out
he
to
loved that
B.
show. Yeah. So yeah, that was my last one. I don't have high hopes, but I do hope that it doesn't disappoint me.
Really quickly, before we go, honorable mention. Shout out to Demon Slayer. We actually get
Quality.
the
Listen, hold
how
on. Before you
this
continue, because I got a lot of hate on episode 1 about my opinions on Demon Slayer, and I feel like a lot of people just didn't listen to everything I said. I feel like people just skipped when I said quality mid and thought I just said mid, or they just completely didn't watch the rest of the video to where I said I thoroughly enjoyed the manga. I read the whole thing and liked it. I think that it is a solid show, okay? But I will continue to call it. Now I will adjust the name from Mid Slayer to Quality Mid Slayer so that you all know that I do think this show is good. It is decent. It is solid, okay? But a lot of people have it overhyped. And also, I understand why. I understand why so many of you love this show. I am with you. I get it. But yo, chill out on the hate towards me, okay? It's a solid show. I'm sorry, P. You may
No,
continue.
no, you're fine. Yeah, y'all do have to chill out a little bit. Like, and I get it because I do love to pick at Joe when it comes to Demon
It's your
Slayer.
fault, P.
Yes, maybe. But no, no, he really does. Like, it's like, and not gonna lie, like I think we both have decent points when it comes to our reasoning for liking, or not liking, or overhyping or underhyping Demon Slayer as a whole. And again, it's always going to be preference. Again, I just always say that Naruto didn't get this much hate like Demon Slayer did, and that's crazy because I feel like it is still like the same, or if not, like one of the gateway animes of this generation. But I say that to say, man, yeah, man, Joe don't really like be hate, even though, and I almost did a call out. You was like, I am not a true hater, and I was like, so does that still mean you're a hater?
I
You're just not a
I
true hater.
I am a hater of the overhype. I am not a hater of the show. I am a hater of the hype.
I don't think it's overhyped. I think it gets the right amount. I
I
don't think it's
listen.
over
Okay.
because people
I,
like Demon Slayer ain't in people's mouths. Pause. Shout out to that One Piece talk, because that is definitely something that they would have done. I don't think Demon Slayer is in people's mouths like talk like that. Like when it
I
comes up or when there's a new season, like we talk about it, but it's just never like I don't
I'm
see
gonna
it like
say
ever
this.
just always talking or
I'm gonna,
always
I'm gonna
being mentioned.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it at this. This is the new movie. Okay, movie.
We
Just
were
let me
warned
finish.
about it though. Okay.
Just
I'll
let
let you
me
go.
finish.
Go.
New movie just came out. Right.
Yep.
This is now the second or third time that they have done this,
Yep.
to where it is all recap, and
Yep.
then we get the last 20 minutes is the first episode
Mhm.
of the new season, and they are
Yep.
pawning it off as a
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
And people either know this
Mhm.
and don't care.
Mhm. Thumbs up.
Gosh, I hate that thumbs up. So if y'all see that, I'm sorry, because I meant to cut that out. I'm tired of thumbs up. Gotta turn that setting off. People either know this and don't care and love Demon Slayer just so much and still do that,
Mhm.
or they don't know and they just go, and then I don't know if they get disappointed or don't care, but like it just gets, I don't know what point I was trying to make, bro. I don't. I just like I don't know. I don't know what I was
Here,
trying to say. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just ridiculous.
the only pushback I'll give to the movie is that at least they do warn us and say, "Hey, this is not what y'all think it is.
Did they
Like
warn
this
us on the
will
last
be."
one?
They did. They
They
did.
did?
They
Oh,
did. They
I didn't
did.
see no
And
warning.
yeah, they
All
did.
the hype around the movie and the New York Times Square takeover, I
Yeah.
ain't see no warning about it.
Yeah,
All I saw was hype, 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 hype,
they
hype.
did. They did. Because even I made a video of it, and like some of the people, or like the people like pointed it out to me, said, "Hey yo, like I get it, but like it was mentioned that this was going to be like
Okay,
a recap." And I was like,
okay.
"Okay, cool." Now, does it make it right?
No.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, if
But
we
we
knew,
were
I think
warned.
it. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Like I said, I just want to preface the fact that I am not a hater of the show. I just think it is hyped up too much. That's all. So I will leave it at that. You wanna hate on me or yell at me or call
Y'all
me out,
leave
call me
Joe
names.
alone.
That's fine, bro. I got thick skin, bro. I get chewed out for a living. I'm not worried about it. But some of y'all need to chill. That's all I'm saying. So
Y'all leave Joe alone. That man said it was solid. Like, we not gonna get past solid. Like, that is what we're gonna get.
I'm
Y'all
not gonna get past
take
solid.
solid and
And I
leave it
know, and
alone.
I've read the manga, a whole manga, and know how it ends. You're not. I personally am not going past solid. So it
And
is what
and
it
I,
is.
I agree. I think it's a very solid anime. Like, flaws, yes. And honestly, when Demon Slayer is over and we like get a chance to like really nitpick at flaws,
All right.
Demon
The
Slayer
way
got
the way y'all
flaws.
nitpicked, the way y'all nitpicked at Attack on Titan, I swear to goodness gracious,
Oh
y'all better do
yeah,
the same thing for Demon Slayer when it's over.
there's flaws. So I just want to let y'all know that when it's done, like I need y'all to heavy like
Mhm.
critique. That's all. Like
Critique.
it can still be
You could
a
love
good
it.
anime for you,
You
but
can love it.
realize that it has flaws.
Yeah. You good? Anything else you want to say?
I think I'm good. We
Okay.
got a little bit of Demon Slayer in there, so I'm good.
Yeah, I am mad that we continue to talk about Demon Slayer. It's my fault. That's my fault. You know what? I did this. I do this to myself. We talk about Demon Slayer too much in the show. I'm done. I'm
We
not talking
don't
about
talk about it like
I'm not
that.
I'm not talking about quality mid Slayer about that no more.
We really do like get the word mid and solid and all of those like really misconstrued. Just because it's a mid-tier anime does not mean it's trash. It just means it's okay. Honestly, if Joe is giving it like it's solid, I would say that's like a 6.57. I don't think that's necessarily a bad score.
Yeah. No. I'd give Demon Slayer a 6.5 maximum, maybe a 7. Like I'd let someone convince me to say 7. With that, man, that is the end of our episode of Life with MA podcast. If you haven't already, please like the video, leave us a comment. You want to hate on me for calling Demon Slayer quality mid? Please do. That's fine. Go ahead. I'll take that comment. I love it. But make sure you like the video as well. And then
Mhm.
make sure you subscribe so you can see me hate on quality mid Slayer as much as I do. But yeah, we'll have more guests on the show as well. So if you want to see the remaining guests that we got coming on, please again subscribe to the video. If you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, RSS feed, whatever it is, Amazon Podcasts. I think Amazon has a podcast. We send it out to everybody. If you're listening there, please leave a 5-star rating or whatever rating. I mean, no, not whatever rating. A 5-star rating.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah,
me
you
like
gotta do
that.
us right.
Please
You
don't
gotta
do
do
me
us
like
right.
that.
And also,
But you can leave a mean comment. But leave a mean comment. That's cool with that 5-star rating though.
with the
So
5 star
don't
rating.
hate on the rating, but hate in the comment. And like the video, like the episode as well. Would really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah,
So
yeah. Also, really quick, socials: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Follow us. We're active. We're on there. And we comment back. So get us, get you
I was
know.
gonna say every comment, and we will comment back with nothing but love and respect. You could call me something dirty, garbage, trash, horrible, the worst football player to ever be in the league, and I will comment back with nothing but love and respect. I promise
I'm
you.
gonna let you. I'm gonna
So
let you know. I'm gonna let you know now. Joe is a better man than me. Don't come. Don't come with that foolishness.
don't come with no foolishness, please. But if you do, you know what? I will take the foolishness over nothing. So if you decide it's either foolishness or nothing, give me the foolishness. We'll take it. Not that, yeah, we sound desperate now, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to
But
say,
we
don't hit me
are
with that foolishness.
kind of. But yeah, with
Yeah,
that,
y'all, you
appreciate.
cutting that out.
I'm not. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you stick around for the entire episode, love you guys. Thank you again for the support. Really means a lot. We're having a lot of fun with this. This season's been great so far. And with that, we're out. Peace.
Peace.